Everybody wants the Lambos, the high bank account balance, and all the materialistic possessions, the Rolexes, everything included. But nobody is prepared for what it looks like beyond the mountain. Once you hit that peak, what actually happens? Once you hit that peak, once you get beyond the top of the mountain, what actually happens? What happens when you see the world for what it really is? Now, after going from retail to 5K a month, to 10K a month, to 20K a month, to 40, all the way up to $100,000 a month, I have climbed the mountain that a lot of you, majority of you, probably want to climb. Unless you want to make a couple $100,000 a month all the way up to $1 million a month. I've seen what it actually looks like beyond that peak. And today I'm going to share with you 4 key lessons and learnings that I've had scaling the mountains that you want to climb. Lesson number 1 is it's not what you got, it's not what you attained or even what you achieved, it's who you became to achieve those goals. Let me break this down. You guys got to understand, when you get the Rolexes, when you get the fast cars, when you get the big apartment, when you get the nice house, all of these things can be taken to you in an instant. And a lot of people don't really understand how crazy the world is, especially younger people, including myself. And you can lose everything in a heartbeat. And it's always, I see this in younger people. They always focus on what they get, what they achieve. It's the boat, it's the house, it's the car, it's the Rolex, or whatever it is, the number in their bank account. While these things are great and you should absolutely strive towards your goals with intensity, understand that's not what's important. What is important is your experience, right? All your experiences that you've had, traveling across the world, all the adventures that you've had, all the people that you've met, the stories you can tell, right? And more importantly, the identity that you shaped, that you developed to basically attain the goals in the first place. Because understand, 18-year-old Connor, 17-year-old Connor working in retail is a completely different man to the guy I am today, right? And I didn't get here by keeping the same identity that I have now. In fact, I couldn't even recognize the 18-year-old me. There is that much of a drastic difference. And the key thing that you need to be optimizing for along this journey is, like I mentioned, not all the materialistic possessions, but the growth in you as a actual person, your personal development, and how you learn to adapt to this new identity. And like I mentioned, everything along the way is most important, not the actual things that you attain, that you achieve, and that you get, because everything can be taken away from you in an instant. Lesson number 2 is that freedom is the goal. It's the main mission. It's the main objective, because nothing else really changes. And this is coming from someone who's done $10,000, $15,000, $16,000, $17,000, $18,000 days. And that's not to brag and that's not to show off in any way, shape, or form. I'm just to tell you that this is what I dreamed of when I was 18 years old, 17 years old, all the way down to 16 years old. I always wanted to make all this money. And really, a couple years along the journey, I forgot what really mattered to me and what was most important. Because I'm sure if you're watching this now and you're already working a full-time job, you probably don't enjoy your workplace. You don't enjoy the people that you work with. You don't enjoy your boss breathing down your neck. And I completely understand that. I had one moment where I remember that the manager's name was, let's call her Stacy. Stacy came over to me and she ran up to me because I was doing something wrong and she went, right? It was the most, it makes me so angry even thinking about it. But just those little things where you're subservient to someone else, right? You're serving someone else's rules. You're playing someone else's game. And when you're working for another company, especially in like a typical 9 to 5, you're confined to some very restrictive boundaries. And for me, it always came back to, what am I really doing this for? And it always comes back to freedom. Because right now, I'm filming this video in Dubai. I'm probably going to go to another apartment next month in Dubai, just because maybe I might go stay with a friend, right? Maybe after that, I'm going to go to Thailand and then Medellin in Colombia. And all these things are really exciting. And this is really what it always comes back down to. The figures don't really change anything, right? More money doesn't really change anything. When basically you have about $20,000 to $25,000 a month in free cash flow, nothing really changes from that point moving forwards. If you really don't live a crazy, extravagant lifestyle with all these crazy things that are completely unnecessary, that's enough money, especially if you're in the right tax countries that allow you to have obviously a lot more breathing room compared to your current country. You can obviously have a lot more flexibility, and there's really not much that changes once you scale past these numbers, at least from what I've found. And so it always comes back to having the ability to go where you want in the world, do what you want with who you want at any day, right? That's the thing that really excites me, and it should be the thing that excites you, because it's very rare and it's very new that you actually have the ability to do this. It's only become in the last 15, 20 plus years that we've had the ability to travel, work around the world from our laptop, right? And so this is one of the key main objectives I think you should be focusing on as you climb this peak, right? How much freedom do you truly have, right? That's always going to be the ultimate goal. Lesson number 3 is, once you scale past a financial threshold, helping people becomes your purpose. A lot of people ask me all the time, why have you started the RSA? Why have you started the RSA? Why have you started the mastermind, help people with high ticket sales? And a lot of people might say money, and that's definitely an element, right? Obviously, I make a lot of good money doing so, but pretty much the main thing that really fulfills me past a certain financial threshold and level is helping people. Because as I mentioned before, once you scale past a certain point where you have a certain level of income, cash flow every single month consistently, it doesn't really change anything from your perspective. It doesn't really change your lifestyle. It doesn't change really anything around your entire life. And the biggest kick that I get nowadays, the biggest thing that excites me, is helping my guys inside the RSA mastermind. So blessed am I to have the opportunity to help guys and girls quit their 9 to 5, do sales full time, have a mentor and get the right guidance from someone who's been there and done that, and can shortcut their experience from 4, nearly 5 full-time years that I had to have to 1 to 2, right? I'm seeing guys achieve results that took me over a year and a half to 2 years to get to do it in just 4 months. And for me, there is nothing that is quite more fulfilling than that. And that is literally the only reason I get out of bed every single day. I'm obsessed. I'm excited to help more people, as many people as I possibly can, as I'm so passionate about this YouTube channel and everything that I do with high ticket sales, because the reason I birthed it in the first place is to help more people, right? It's very aligned to my mission and my vision and my purpose. And really, it is the only thing that fulfills me, right? Being able to give back to people, because I didn't get here on my own. I used plenty of mentors. I spent a ton of money working with a lot of people, some good, some not so good. And I wanted to give a space to basically give people to facilitate the experience that I wish that I had gotten 5 years ago. And I'm seeing it day in, day out, and there is literally nothing more fulfilling. And so understand that sales is one of those careers that allows you to do so, because even as you scale your income and you're working with a company that helps people solve their problems, it could be with fitness, weight loss, it could be with relationship, dating coaching, it could be with their coaching business, someone else's coaching business, it could be with marketing, lead generation, whatever it is, you are basically helping people. And one of the biggest things that I've learned after selling full-time for 4 years straight for other companies is that there's nothing better, nothing feels cooler when you have people that reach out to you years later and say, hey Connor, thanks so much for objection handling me and helping me through my concerns. I'm now doing $30,000, $40,000 a month with my own marketing agency, or I've now solved this problem with this, or I've now found my dream partner, or whatever it really is. That is what is going to fulfill you at a higher level when you scale your income past a certain threshold, right? Past a certain threshold, at least for myself personally, I've just found it doesn't really mean anything. And helping people, again, shifts the main mission. And this is what I've always resorted to. And this is what I've found across many, many successful people that I've met in my life. Lesson number 4. Finally, have some fucking fun. Let loose a little bit. Now, I'm speaking from personal experience, and this is a conversation that I had with a multi-millionaire mentor of mine. So it's not just my opinion, it's also his. Was that he told me along the journey, a lot of entrepreneurs, a lot of people getting into sales or whatever it is that you might be pursuing right now, it's important to understand that once you start to get a little bit of progress, yes, pursue your goals with intensity. Yes, work really hard. Yes, you have to make sacrifices. But understand that you're going to have to, at some point, enjoy the fruits of your labor just a little bit. And this was a lesson that took me way too long to learn, and really a long time to really actually get. And I'm still having troubles with it even now today, which is actually enjoying the fruits of the labor and all the achievements that I've created. And understand that once you hit your first 5K a month, 10K a month, 15K a month, understand how quickly things move and how fast things happen, right? A couple months ago, you're wanting to quit your job. Now you've done it. Actually enjoy yourself a little bit. Not too much, right? Don't go too much to where you're a degenerate and you're out partying every single weekend and you lose all the progress that you've made. But what I'm saying is go out there and enjoy yourself a little bit, right? Go travel to another country with some buddies, right? Go sell in, a full-time closer house, right? There's a ton of guys that are out there doing that, traveling the world. Go have some fun experiences, right? And enjoy yourself, because understand that you've earned it. And I think for myself personally, for a long time, I've really, really, really had trouble with doing that myself. And if anything, this is a message back to myself from when I was 18 years old, and hopefully this can serve you. Enjoy yourself, have some fun along the journey, right? Meet some new people, have some amazing experiences, go on some new adventures, because we only have one life, right? We're not going to be around here forever. And I think I definitely wish someone told me that when I was a lot younger and when I had achieved some of the milestones I had set out to achieve. So that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed the insights and lessons learned. This is probably more of a fresh video. I haven't spoken about any of these ideas or topics before. So hopefully you enjoyed it. And of course, if you want to learn from somebody who is probably many years ahead of you in the high ticket sales game, and you want to fast track your success with this and get the guidance and the mentorship that you actually need, there'll be a link down in the description with a link to go ahead and apply below to see if you're a fit for our RSA Mastermind, right? We help guys fast track the process as much as possible in realistic timeframes and really give you all the skills that you need to be successful in the industry, not just in the short term, but also in the long term as well. So that's it for this one, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed today's video, and I'll see you in the next one.